strong team, including the overall Olympic silver medalist Shannon Miller, bronze on bars and floor, silver on beam. When you first saw her when she was a little girl, did you know then that this is a champion?
No, not really. I knew she had the mindset of a champion. She got very frustrated at little things that would go wrong, and she needed some guidance on how to channel that frustration. But other than that, I think you never really know until they get into some high-level competitions how well they'll fare.
Now, you know that Shannon has a great chance. You were there at the Olympics watching her. Was that good fun?
Yeah, the Olympics was a great experience, and it was a lot of fun, and it was real exciting to see Shannon win all those medals and there again know that it's possible and the U.S. can, do it more often.
Shannon, what do you remember of that day and the way you were so close to possibly getting that gold medal?
It was really exciting. I had already finished the competition when I knew what place I was in, and it was all up to Tatiana Gutierrez whether I'd be in first or second, and it was exciting.
I think that Shannon had the most difficulty of any gymnast all around at the Olympic Games. So she was very well balanced on every event. But we've added some difficulties. She's got a new vault, and she's got some a new trick, the Miller, that we're going to have evaluated here on the balance beam, and even some new bar dismount. We've added some difficulty in every event, so we're real happy about where she stands.
We've talked to Ludmila Turisheva, and she said that in her eyes gymnastics isn't as good now. It's not as artistic.
Well, 3 years ago I would have agreed, because maybe a bit longer than that, 4 or 5 years ago, it looked as if the women's side were trying to emulate the men and come up with tricks rather than present the exercise, because they can be beautiful to watch, some women's floor exercise, for instance. But of late, I've revised my opinions, because now you've got young ladies working beautifully and with incredible difficulty. And I think it's just a natural evolving of the sport. I think it's getting better and better.
So the probable women's overall champion is Shannon Miller, but the outcome is by no means certain. In the men's competition, though, there's absolutely no doubt who the outstanding star is. Vitaly Sherbo, proud to be competing for his home country of Belarus, but life has changed hugely for him since he won 6 Olympic gold medals. Medals have come to mean money, and he's become a father, but the most successful gymnast ever has yet to become world champion. What help can the best competitor of any sport at Barcelona possibly need to become world champion? Apparently, it's the help of an Englishman.
This is C, yeah?
No.
Oh,
No.
it's D, but 2 tenths.
2 tenths, yes. Absolute. That I can say absolute.
Okay.
You've been watching Sherbo.
I've been watching him, yes.
You seem to have taken his routine apart. We're
Well,
talking about the best man in the world.
The thing is, we were at the American Cup together,
Yeah.
and all the guys were asking me about this new code and how they can get the maximum bonus out of it. And it is really very, very difficult. And I'm only giving opinions, and a lot of these things I have to pass back to the FIG man, because they are still settling down in the new code.
So you're saying somebody like Sherbo has got to change his routine at this stage?
Someone like Sherbo at the moment doesn't know what his routine is, because he is so good a gymnast that there are lots of alternatives that he could take. And he's looking for...
you're advising him what to do?
I am opening up some avenues for him. To say I'm advising him is far too strong a word, because that would be very cheeky of me.
I have only 2 weeks prepared to World Championships, only 2 weeks, because all of these 8 months after Olympic Games, I was in many towns, many countries, competition, exhibition, and I competed with my old routines, and only 2 weeks before World Championships I must to prepare new routine. But I think I am at time. I come here and I'm not late. I think so.
It was an emotional farewell for the victorious unified team, destined to go their separate ways after the Olympics. Having supported and encouraged each other, they would now find themselves competing against each other. The main threat to Sherbo may well come from Ukrainian Grigory Misutin. He's the current world champion. Pommels is his least favourite apparatus, except when it goes well. He's the defending world rings champion, and along with 3 silver medals in the apparatus finals at the Olympics, he secured silver overall.
And a triple back, just about put the tin hat on it. Superb exercise.
Misutin was the surprise in Indianapolis. The favourite was Igor Korobczynski, expected to defend his title. Last year, he became European champion and won Olympic bronze on parallel bars. Azerbaijan is not yet recognised by the sport's governing body, but the Olympic overall bronze medalist Valery Belenki was determined to be here, so he's competing stateless as an individual.
Perfectly balanced exercise, and the dismount sequence, flaring pirouette. Truly a virtuoso performance from Valery Belenki.
Kazakhstan's star turn is Valery Liukin.
There it goes, a triple back somersault. Now, he introduced that to the world back in 1987 at the European Championships in Moscow.
Liukin won overall bronze at the '91 World Championships and is now a coach in America, but he couldn't resist the opportunity to represent his nation and return to competition.
Sure, I want to do gymnastics, and I want to meet my friends, so it's fun and gymnastics. But actually I think gymnastics is not fun. This is hard work.
The reunification of Germany has meant little change for the former East Germans, except new tracksuits. Andreas Wecker heads the team and is famous for the strength of his arms and superhuman performances on rings. At the last 2 World Championships, he's finished with silver. At Barcelona, he came away with bronze and was 4th overall.
Keeping a good line, making absolutely sure those rings are dead centre before he bails. Double twisting, double back. Well, that was the most difficult, and for me, the best so far.
Daisuke Nishikawa is a veteran of major competitions, but Japan have little hope of taking the top honours. Champion on 4 pieces of apparatus.
The vault is all about speed and power. The gymnast must run fast, hit the board well, and arrive on this platform and take off into the air.
Lavinia Milosevic, the Olympic champion, shows all the power and aggression needed here. However, in recent years, we've seen a new innovation in women's vaulting. As you can see, the gymnast places her hands in front of the board, cartwheels her legs, joins them and pushes off her hands to arrive on the board in an upright position. Here, she can reach back to the horse, make contact early and get maximum height off.
The asymmetric bars test a different area of ability than any other piece of gymnastic equipment. It's all about upper body strength and perfect body line. A good bar exercise should swing from beginning to end and should never appear a struggle.
This young lady, Li Lu, in Barcelona, thrilled the world with a bar routine that showed just that. Every movement looked effortless. There was never an arm bent or a toe out of place. A wonderful routine like this must, of course, have a climax and end with a dismount rising above the bar and landing without fault. The beam is the ultimate test of the gymnast's nerve in competition. These days, we see almost the same skills on the beam as we do on the floor.